Earlier today, I released the Galaxy Z Fold 6 video, and then another text was put out, and I wanted to talk about that, just add some more emphasis and talk a little bit more in depth about some of the expectations for the Galaxy Z Fold 6. This tweet was put out by the Galox saying the Galaxy Z Fold 6 development, Samsung has focused on making the Z Fold 6 thin and light. One of those ways is with new ultra thin glass, which you would expect. Obviously, they make this thing thinner and thinner every year, that ultra thin glass. The new ultra thin glass is bigger and stronger and more reliable. Again, something you would expect with this, especially when you look at the reliability and the strength of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. You would expect similar results with the Z Fold 6. The new water drop hinge is applied to further improve weight and thickness and a smaller crease. And that was, I think that's going to be one of the big main selling points. You know, it'll have AI, it'll have improved performance, but then overall, you know, beyond just the things you would always expect, lighter design, thinner design, more durable, and a crease that's smaller as well. And those are things that I think when people hold these phones for the first time, one of the things they're like a bit turned off by sometimes, besides seeing the beautiful display, which they love, they're like, ooh, man, I don't know, that doesn't, it feels too big, or it's too heavy, or it's too bulky, or it looks weird. Those things happen, and the more we can, or not me, but Samsung can make these thinner, lighter, faster, more improved, whatever, you know, keep getting to that point of where it's almost the same size in weight as a regular slab phone. That's the point, and the price gets down. That's the point where these things are just gonna sell like crazy, you would expect, especially with the reliability. Z Fold 5 has been amazing with the reliability, and I can expect that and see that to be a big selling point, even more so for the Z Fold 6. Man, Galaxy Z Fold 6, we've been hearing a lot about this low-cost, budget version of a Galaxy Z Fold 6 or a Z Fold 7, whatever they end up calling it. And there's more fuel to this fire because the latest coming out of South Korea is that Samsung is going to add a low-end or budget fold phone without S Pen foldable prioritization strategy. So what they're basically trying to do is come out with a budget version of the Galaxy Z Fold phone, but it would not have the ability to use the S Pen. I mean, I doubt that's the only thing they'll omit from this or downgrade in order to make it cheaper. I would also expect them to probably put in either last year's processor like the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 or even an Exynos 2400. I don't think they're gonna put in a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, especially when that processor alone, just to buy it, is like $100 more than the previous generation, so it gets pretty expensive. So I expect these costs to be cut that way. I expect the cameras maybe to be downgraded, things like that. There's gonna be things they omit, maybe no wireless charging, maybe no IP rating. They're gonna remove things from this to get the price down so it's more economical and people can afford this. But when's this gonna come out? Supposedly the second half of this year, so that could be the same launch as the Galaxy Z Fold 6. We'll wait and see. Let me know what your thoughts are on a budget Galaxy Z Fold 6 without S Pen support. Our last story of the day has to do with this phone right here, the Galaxy S24 Ultra, which this is a beast of a phone. Link down below if you want to pick it up. It is seriously, I'll do a video on it, but man, this thing's almost, this might, and they've been getting there, like it's perfect, almost perfect. This might be perfect. One of the things that doesn't make it perfect though is the display and the colors that it shows to you, emits. They're not as vibrant as last generation's phone and the previous generation's phone, but it looks like there's a fix coming directly from Samsung. The latest from Samsung is that they are going to put out an update for this, and they currently don't have a timetable, but they are going to fix the vivid display color profile so they get more vibrant, saturated colors, and they know it's an issue and they're going to fix it, and that is amazing. And I wouldn't say, hey, don't buy this phone. It really is overblown. Like when I look at this, I'm not like, but when I look at it side by side to like an S23 Ultra, which I've shown off in a previous video, yeah, I can notice some differences, but otherwise, pretty awesome display, and it's nice that they're gonna be putting out an update. hopefully soon. We don't know exactly when, but it will be coming, and those saturated colors will be back that most of us love. Wow, if the Galaxy Z Fold 6 ends up looking like this leaked, rendered photo, I am in for a huge amount of excitement. I think you guys are too. This thing looks awesome. This looks like the folding phone I've been wanting for years from Samsung. This is the Galaxy Z Fold 6 reportedly, and this is reportedly what it's going to look like. This seriously looks amazing. It looks really thin. The cameras don't bulge out that much, at least from what we see from the photos, which is fine anyway. I'm gonna have a case on it, to be fair. And the display on the outside, that front display is looking like the absolute perfect size. It looks like it's a S23 Plus or S24 Plus size. That's really what it looks like. It looks like it's two S23 or 24 Plus phones together. It doesn't look like Ultra phones. It looks like they're most likely going to bring over the cameras again from the Plus line. But I cannot say enough about how awesome this looks. This looks perfect. I cannot wait to get this. I want it now. We're in February now, and we probably have to wait to the end of July or the early June before this actually comes out, but I am so looking forward to this. I've tried all the foldable phones in North America that have basically come out. I haven't tried the Motorola ones, but I've tried the Pixel, the OnePlus Fold, and all of the Galaxy Z Folds except the first generation. And I've liked either all of them, for the most part. I've liked, some things about them, some things I don't. There's never been like that perfect one. But physically, this Z Fold 6 looks like the perfect folding phone in so many ways. Now, one of the big complaints about folding phones in general is that outside display, especially on the Samsung side, is that it's just not great. And this looks like the perfect size. And then the inside display looks like it's going to have that great orientation. It's not going to be too wide like a Galaxy, a Pixel Fold. And to be fair, OnePlus Fold really came almost the closest, and this kind of looks like that. But I think this is going to be even better than that based off what I'm seeing right here. And plus, I absolutely love the Samsung software on phones. It's hard to not love it if you love to tinker and customize and control your phone. And they have so many great little features built in. Now they have like a lot of what the Pixel has, which I absolutely love as well. So it's like a great mixture of Pixel features and the Galaxy features. You put those together, you get one impressive, amazing device and phone and experience. And this Z Fold 6 is the chef's kiss. Awesome looking phone. First story about the new folding Apple device coming out kind of soon might pique some interest, as you know, I love folding phones. And is Apple coming out with a folding phone, or is it a folding tablet? Well, the latest information coming out from the elect is that Apple is considering launching a foldable product between 7 inches and 8 inches. And they go on to say Apple is considering releasing a foldable device in the late 7 to 8 inch range. The product range launch is expected as early as 2026 or 2027. There are also observations that this product, which has the potential to be Apple's first foldable device, could replace the 8.3 inch iPad mini, which is a tablet. However, as Apple is also in the process of developing OLED for the iPad mini, it is estimated that the Apple has not yet decided on the nature and specifications of the late 7-inch to early 8-inch foldable product. So doesn't sound like it's going to be a phone, unfortunately, but it does sound like it's going to be a tablet. But if this tablet comes with 5G, theoretically you could turn it into a kind of phone if you wanted to, especially if it folds up. I would love for this to be a phone, because I think if you can make it at least fit in your pocket, especially after it folds, that is very exciting, especially with a display that large. Keep my eyes on this one, but again, it's a bunch of years out. By then, it'll be like, be like Galaxy Z Fold 9 or something, like 8 or 9 or something like by then. Pretty crazy. What do you guys think? You excited about a foldable tablet from Apple? Last story of the day has to do with the new Circle Search on the Galaxy S24 phones. Now, to do Circle Search, you either press and hold down the home button or press it and hold on that little bar at the bottom where it shows your little, if you're using the gestures, you just press and hold, and then you find something and you can search it, and it'll search it for you. Very cool, very easy to do. But there's a feature that I didn't talk about, and I saw this on Twitter and I thought it was pretty cool. So what we're gonna do here is you're gonna actually, say we wanna go into Genshin Impact and we wanna search something in there. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna press and hold at the bottom there. And if your search bar is in the way, you can do this. You can move your Google search bar to put it out of the way, put it all the way at the top or somewhere in the middle, but eventually it goes either to the top or bottom. You can't put it just in the middle. So ultimately you can put it at the top and then you can search. You're like, oh, I wanted to search right there. So it's again, it's more of a trick. I've already showed circle search before, but you're able to change and move that search bar either the top or the bottom, and it always resets itself back. It's not gonna be at the top next time, so I'll show you again next time. Here I'm gonna same page, and it's at the bottom. So it always goes back to the bottom, but you can always, if you want, move it to the top in case you're trying to search for something that's in the bottom and it's in the way. The first story has to do, actually both stories have to do with the display. The first one is an issue that's going around, at least to somebody on Reddit, and it's probably gonna cycle through to others as well. I don't think it's gonna be a mass problem, but I think it will be with the select few. Here is the information that's going down. It says, well, day 6, owning my Galaxy S24 Ultra and my screen has failed. Awesome. Green and white lines shown constantly, even during reboots, nor factory resets fix the issue. And he doesn't mention anything about dropping it or hitting it or anything like that. It just seems like a defect of the display in general. So it sounds like he's kind of torn because he doesn't want to trade in his phone and lose that phone and not have a phone at all. But he wants to return this one, obviously, and that's probably the quicker rather than getting it fixed. So kind of predicament, but if you have this issue, it seems like there's no fix just yet. Sometimes when you see stuff like this, just restarting the phone will do it. Obviously, he said he did that and it didn't work. We'll keep our eyes peeled if this becomes a bigger problem in general. Now, our last story has to do something with the colors of the display on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, how they're not as vivid and vibrant as previous generations of the Galaxy S line. And I spoke yesterday that there was a fix coming, and it looks like that could be false information and that there's no fix coming at all. So this is where they kind of go back and forth and back and forth. But this does not sound good because reportedly this is from official Samsung in Spain. As you can see from the headline, it's now official. Samsung is not going to change the color reproduction of the S24 Ultra. And they go on to say, and I quote, "We have adjusted the colors and brightness of the S24 series products to provide more accurate and comfortable viewing during use. Some changes have been made to the display technology to provide a more natural viewing experience, so users may notice differences in color depth compared to older devices. The display behavior is an intentional color adjustment and is not a product defect, so it is safe to use. To provide our customers with the best possible experience, we value your feedback and continuously improve our software as the market and consumer interest evolve." Samsung Spain statement. And I know that's gonna make a lot of people upset. I'll be honest, I'm not pissed. Like I said in some videos that, you know, when you compare this phone to another phone, you do see some of those contrasting differences. But in general, when I'm just looking at it, I'm not displeased at all. But it is something I wish I had more control of in terms of making it more like that vivid color than what we have now with this versus the previous generation. So I'm a little bit turned off by it, but at the same time, you know, it doesn't look bad again if I'm not comparing it. So One UI 6.1 should be coming to the Galaxy Z Flip 5, Fold 5, S23 phones as well really soon. And this is a little bit of speculation. We know it's coming, and we know those AI features are going to come to this phone as well. But I really think we're gonna hear something about it, or at least get it start rolling out very soon, within the next couple to few days. Speculation, why am I thinking this? Well, there's a tweet coming out from Tarun, who's got a great track record with information about software updates, and he's really built his Twitter following this way, saying, "Galaxy fam, the future of AI amazing. Get ready for these epic features coming to your S23, Z Fold 5, Flip 5, and One UI 6.1 with circle to search, real-time interpretation, and note and photo assistant." And this should, again, It should be coming out in February, and this is gonna be a great update, not only for all those Galaxy AI features are gonna be in here, such as like the automation of photos and making and removing and editing those things really simply and remastering them and changing black and white photos to color and changing the ability to do real-time phone translation and all of these other things that are gonna be amazing in here that I absolutely love with my Galaxy S24, but we should also see increased performance with just the phone in general. One of the best things about the Galaxy S24 is how absolutely smooth this phone is. It's crazy smooth, and it feels a lot like a Pixel phone or a OnePlus phone, and it just feels really great and really smooth, and it's a really amazing experience. And I think we're really gonna end up seeing something with this phone, especially the Z Fold, Flip 5, and S23, to bring it to that next level of smoothness. And that's one of the things, honestly, that I'm really looking forward to, along with doing circle to search and the photo thing, the photo editing, really easy photo editing and translation and all that stuff, automatic answering of the phone calls. I'm so looking forward to this update. It's one of the, probably, unless I'm mistaken, it's probably the update that I'm looking forward to the most for these phones. Super looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be a fantastic update for this phone. Let me know your thoughts on this. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.